Awesome. So today we're going to go over Kyoka Jiro. She's actually from set 1. She's not from set 2. So we're just mainly upgrading the deck in comparison to actually building a deck from scratch, like with May. Kamui was a promo from set 1, so there's not really any problems there. But going right into Jiro herself, Jiro states enhance once per turn. Look at the top 2 cards of both players' decks. You may replace them in any order. Okay. Then response, after you play a charge attack, it gets +1 damage for each card in your card pool. And in response, after you play a weapon attack, it gets +1 speed for each card in your card pool. So this triggers each every single time that you play a weapon or a charge attack. Meaning that if you go and you play multiple weapon attacks or multiple charge attacks in turn, they're just going to consistently get bigger and bigger and bigger until they get to the point where your opponent is unable to block them or they are unable to go and live through the damage. So moving forward, we're going to go over the foundations. We're actually going to start at 2 and work our way down today. So the first one we're starting with is actually Hero Killer. Carter Stain's kit. Hero Killer just states remove after your rival builds or unflips a foundation, remove it. So being able to get rid of things that are problematic that go and take you into the late game obviously is definitely a huge thing for this deck. And then it does have a deadlock first form. Remove your weapon attacks gain stun 2 for the rest of the combat phase. So having the ability to give all of our attacks basically, because almost all of them are weapons, stun 2 especially is really, really good because you force your opponent to suspend things and it forces them to block early instead of late. So there is a card in here that could finish them off depending on what situation we're in. Next we are playing 4 copies of Copy and Evade. Oh no, Evade and Copy, my bad. Not Copy and Evade. Evade and Copy. It has Taunt, which doesn't really matter in this deck. When you attempt to block with this card, return your rival's attack to its printed speed and zone. So being able to go and block even half the damage because it is a mid block is really, really good. And then it has a enhance for the character specifically, but we're not playing that character. We're literally just main boarding this to go and live through some of the attacks that are hard to live through the turn, like how like Nomu, some of his attacks get really, really big, and there's Momo is really, really good still. She actually gets more access to a lot more things with her kit. Moving forward though, we are playing 4 copies of Start with the Basics. Just has enhanced commit. Your weapon attack gets +1 speed and +2 damage. So yet again, being able to go and force that damage in there is always a great and beneficial thing for us to do. Next, Specialist of Sound. So it has response after you check this card, reveal the top card of your deck. Obviously, you will reveal this as check, and you'll get to look at the top part of your deck then. Obviously, it does allow you to go and work around things like, hey, look, do I want to play another attack or something this turn or not? And in response, commit after an attack is played, it gets -3 speed. It's quite beneficial in a lot of matchups. Being able to force your opponent's speed down is always good. Next, on to the 2-ofs. We're playing 2 copies of Spooky. Spooky. It has enhanced commit, switch the speed and damage of your rival's attack. So there is some situations where the speed is going to be extremely high, but the damage itself is going to be fairly low, depending upon how you play and how your opponent reacts to you. Being able to force those to swap so that way you can completely block an attack is amazing, and it's absolutely stunning on what you can do in the format. And the other 2-of for 2s is Advice for Winners. Response flip after you check a printed 3 to play a card, recheck. So all the attacks and all the foundations are either 5 or 3. So you're either always checking a 5 or you're always checking a 3. So being able to go and sit there and check a 3 and flip this over just to recheck can go and save you in some situations. So that's it for the 2s. We are going to move to the zeros now. Well, no, we'll move to the ones. Just gotta get everything rearranged. That's my bad. I should have had all this ready before I even started this. But we're playing 3 copies of Mediator. Just states destroy, your rival's attack gets -3 speed. If you have played an action card this turn, draw 1 card. We're not using it for the draw 1 card, we're using it to destroy our foundation to be able to give their attack -3 speed. Because being able to turn an attack into a 0 speed or even a like 1 or 2 speed is pretty good. I will admit it is fairly good. So that is Mediator, and then playing 4 copies of Destined for Mainstream Success. Enhanced Flip. Name a card type, then reveal the top card of your deck. If the card matches the card named, add it to your hand. So if you need a, I don't know, let's say a foundation, or you need a attack, or an attack, or if we were playing assets, if you need an asset, and you know the top card of your deck's an asset, you can use this to grab it. So, I mean, regardless of what you need, if you know what's there, this is definitely a good card to go and use. I mean, Jiro basically lets you play 2 cards for free because you get to decide if you want to go in what order you want to put the cards in. So being able to play things for sure is always a good thing. And then our last one drop is Intimidating Presence. Intimidating Presence just states, while this card is in your card pool, rival attacks get -1 speed. It is mid-block, so if they have a high, you are guaranteed to be able to block half the damage, and being able to get them all -1 speed is really good. And response, flip after your rival readies 1 or more foundations due to their flip 1 of them. So it comes up in some situations, but most of the time it's just there for the when in the card pool effect. Moving on to our zeros. So we have It Can't Be Fixed. Just states flip after you commit any number of cards due to a rival's effect. Build the top card of your deck face down. Playable while committed. So being able to go and extend ourselves into a late game, possibly even early, is really good. Excuse me. Stun definitely runs around this format in set 2, so having some sort of answer to it to go and get an advantage off of it is pretty good. And the last 0 drop, Rooftop Vantage, Enhanced Flip, look at the top card of your rival's deck. That's all it does. So if you want to go and say, think about what you want to play for that turn, okay? And let's say you have the ability to go and enhance using this card to see if your opponent will be able to block something. It comes in handy sometimes, being able to go and foretell what your opponent's basically going to get, and gaining knowledge on what's in their hand or what's going to be in their hand next turn possibly can be pretty good. So that's it for the foundations. Moving forward. We are playing 5 Unwavering Slash. It has charge, powerful 2, and it's a weapon attack. Enhance, discard 1 card, build 1 asset from your discard pile. You're not even using that one because we're not playing any assets in this. And then enhance, if you have 1 or more assets, ready 1 foundation that has not been ready this combat phase, then draw 1 card. So we're literally just playing this because it can get bigger, and it is a 4 for speed and 4 for damage. That's basically it. That's the only real reason why we're playing it. There is better cards to go and play, I will admit, but there's certain cards that I am missing that I would go and bump up in comparison to playing this card. I can't remember what the other card was I was thinking about playing, but there's a different card I was thinking about playing over this, just due to the fact of, like, it doesn't serve really a purpose. It's a 4/4. Obviously, I could put in a common or 2 and just be fine, basically. Hell, I could put in Create Capture Net if I really wanted to. Which actually, that's not a bad idea. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to take out Unwavering Slash. thinking about it more and more, it's like there's no point to this attack. I mean, of course, the create capture net is a 2-speed, but it does have a combo enhances attack gain stun 2, and then it does have a enhanced build 1 foundation for your card pool face up. So being able to go and lower the progressive difficulty is obviously something that could be huge. Plus, on top of that, with playing the charge point of this, it'll get +1 damage, and because it's a weapon, it will also get +1 speed for each card in the card pool. So, yeah, well, there we go. There we go. That's what we're doing. We're going to cut the unwavering slashes for those. Anyways, next we are playing Amplified Sound Blast. Has charge and flash, meaning your opponent can't use any of their enhances and you can't use any of your enhances. And it states that this card is added to your momentum, add it face up, and enhance momentum. Flip your next charge or weapon attack this turn gets -2 difficulty. So there is a card in here that we will get to near the end. It's sort of like your finisher in a way. You use it when your opponent has no cards to block with, specifically. And you force damage basically all the way up through and force it right into their face. So, next we are playing more Stains Kit. Piercing Descent. Piercing Descent has weapon, Fury weapon, and then its combo weapon. Obviously, all of our attacks for the most part are weapons, so works pretty good. Combo enhance, this attack gets +2 damage. If this attack deals damage, your rival loses 1 health. So being able to give this +2 damage obviously will make it a 7, and being able to force your opponent to lose a health will make it 8 damage in total. It does start off as a 2, but the other side of that is that because of Jiro, you're actually going to be increasing your speed quite substantially, so it's going to compensate for the lack of speed here. With it being a high attack, it is pretty good for the format. So next we are playing 4 copies of Improvised Blade. So it has weapon, combo, charge. So obviously we have the create net and the amplified sound blast. So sound blast and net put us at 12 in total that we could combo this with. So it just states combo enhanced. This attack gets +1 damage for each card in your card pool. So it becomes a 3, and then wherever your card pool is, and you also have this for your speed also on top of that. So that's pretty good. And Deadlock enhanced, this attack gets +1 speed and +1 damage for each card in your card pool. Obviously, Deadlock only comes into play once your opponent has 11 foundations in total on their field. I believe it's 11 foundations or assets, I believe. I'll have to double check that one. But regardless, being able to force the damage and speed up from Jiro and then being able to double damage this one is huge. It's one of the finishers that we do have access to, but it's okay. It's not the one that we're looking for. The next card, though, we're only playing as a 3 of. I only got 3. I would play as a 4 of, bumping the attacks to 20, but we're playing 19 at the moment. And it is Slashing Whirlwind. So, hear me out. Okay? Jiro gives you more speed, okay? Making this attack a little bit harder to block, okay? Unless your opponent's able to reset the speed, then obviously it becomes a little sucky. But it has enhanced, discard 2 momentum. This attack gets +10 damage. Only playable if you have dealt with damage this combat phase. So even if they partially block something, or you have something that's able to guarantee damage via something else like Descent, okay? Like let's say you deal 1 damage off of the actual attack and then you burn them for damage. You still dealt damage. So because of that, you're able to do this, get +10 damage on top of it, and just go crazy with it, which can go and win you games. I've seen this card do a lot in different formats, but I feel this card is a huge game changer for this deck specifically, especially since, yet again, we're sticking to the 3 and 5 strategy, so we're almost always guaranteed to go and hit 5, and so that means that after we play our second card for the turn, that's when we start have to commit foundations, because everything we play for the most part is either a 5 or a 3. Okay, so if we constantly reveal foundations, they're all 5s. So being able to go and sit there and think, okay, cool, I'm going to play a capture net, reveal it's a 5, okay? Then the next card you reveal, let's say, is a 3. That's when you have to start committing. Besides that, everything's free game. But yet again, because it's a weapon attack, Jiro will go and increase the amount of damage that it has, or no, increase the amount of speed, my bad. So being able to make it really, really hard to block, obviously, it's going to be really, really cool. And especially since there is certain attacks here, I forget where it was. There is an attack that just, the amplified sound states that your charge attack gets -2 difficulty. So be able to play, oh boy, where is it? Not that. Well, basically being able to play itself or capture net, basically. Amplified sound or capture net off of it is always good. And also having at least a card that can go and do flash, so that way then your opponent can't stop you, is always good. That would probably basically be where you want to start your combo, and you want to end with the slashing whirlwind. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is something I'm probably going to keep doing. I enjoy My Hero a lot, but there is not a ton of people here in my town that actually play. I have one other person that's actually subscribed to this channel that actually plays this game. But we both enjoy this game, and it's always fun to play, you guys. I recommend that you guys all check it out. There is a provisional tournament, I believe, online coming up, so that you guys can enter into. Just keep your eyes open. There's always some sort of event. There's sometimes locals online that you can go and play in and get tournament packs. Tournament packs do have promotional characters and other things that are in them. So just keep your eyes open for it. But without ado, you guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it was very, very informative for you guys. And, well, stay frosty, as they would say in Modern Warfare 2, I guess. Stay on top of your stuff. Make sure that you're playing a game that you enjoy. Don't sit there and pick up something that you don't enjoy. Pick up something that you enjoy to do, whether it be cards, Warhammer, D&D, etc. Do what you guys enjoy to do.